serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by 15 years on probation, followed then by the backloaded 20 years, which can be served in custody and will be served in custody if you are not successful on your probation. If you are successful in completing your 15 years probation, that will be commuted to time served. You are to remain on reporting status for the first half of your probation, active reporting for the first 7.5 years of your probation, and that is pursuant to OCGA 17-10-1, subsection 2, A2A. And Mr. Steele and Mr. Adams, in order to keep him on reporting status, there needs to be good cause shown. We all concede that good cause is shown here?
Stipulate.
All right, I appreciate that. Special conditions of your probation.
What good cause? What do it mean?
Can I have a second, Your Honor?
Sure.
Let the judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You had enough time to talk with your attorneys?
Yes.
Okay. All right, special conditions of your probation. After 48 hours from your release, you are to stay away from the metro Atlanta area, and that's defined by the U.S. Census Bureau. It may change, but you can look that up anytime to figure out what that is. For the first 10 years of your probation, subject to the following exceptions, you are permitted to be in the metro Atlanta area to attend any wedding, funeral, or graduation from high school, college, or graduate school of any of your immediate family members.
What it do, world? Hey, first and foremost, I want to say, hey, Adam and Steele fought their ass off, man. Straight up, they wasn't going for no whole shit, man, with them prosecutors, man. But hey, Thug, we all called Gunna a rat, right? Everybody called Gunna a rat. What we thought was flipping on Thug, but ain't nobody said they apologized. Everybody took on Thug beef for no reason, and Thug and Gunna cool. So Gunna, I'ma say it for everybody, our fault, man. And little baby, I know you feel this big, cause the first thing your homie King Slime said was he want to work with this artist Gunna. And you done been so vulgar on social media talking about that nigga. Wow. But let's get to the meat and potatoes, man. Hey, Brian still didn't want this deal Thug took, man. Cause he knew, or he know, one day he will be fighting for Thug again, man. That's the messed up part. Because 15 years with that old bitch on your case, the only way you gonna get around there if she die. I'm just keeping it real. If a couple of them die off, you'll be cool. But other than that, you can't be around gang members. How you know who a gang member? Only if they say who a gang member, right?
You can get here up to 24 hours prior to any such event, and you need to leave within 48 hours after any such event. In addition, during each year of your probation, I'm going to require that you come to the metro Atlanta area and make a live anti-gang and anti-gun violence presentation 4 times a year, each year of your probation, at a grade school, a middle school, a boys or girls club, anything like that, that type of group. And if you want to, that presentation can include a benefit concert, and these presentations may count towards your required community service hours, which I'm going to impose, that during each year of your probation, you perform 100 hours of community service. You are, and this is required by the fact that there's a gang conviction. You shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character with any other member or associate of any criminal street gang. Exception to that, if your brother is a member of any street gang, I hope you talk him into getting out of it. Quantavious Greer, and then also Sergio Kitchens, as long as you are contractually obligated to him. That is going to include anybody who is named in this indictment, except as absolutely necessary to conduct the lawful business of your musical career.
That's gonna be super ugly. The lyric part, I think you more talented than a lot of niggas, so you can go around the lyric shit. You know how to put words together, make the shit sound good. And plus, all the music wasn't about sliding. It might have one little line in it. But it's the gift and the curse, man. And you feel me? And the gift is shit, the nigga free. Who don't want to be out of that cell, man? And he didn't tell nothing. Who wouldn't want to be out of that cell and be able to make millions of dollars still and take care of his family? Then on the other hand, you still got these vintage ass bitches from the prosecution that want this nigga dead. That's a terrible game to play right there, man. Real talk. And Brian Steele knew exactly how they was gonna play this shit, man. Damn, man. That's crucial. That's a plantation plea, man. That's what they call them, plantation pleas, man. Like, what? You want to get out that bed? Ah, yeah, you can go home for a couple days, a couple months. We'll see you again. But hopefully Thug ain't that slow, man. Thug can be anywhere in the world, man. He ain't got to be in Atlanta, man. But it is what it is, man. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all leave your comments, man.
You are not to knowingly engage in any contact with any of the victims that are listed in this indictment or with any of their family members. And you may not have in your possession or with arm's reach any kind of a firearm because you're going to be a convicted felon. And that is, except I know that you have security and you need security. You can be within arm's reach of a firearm that is in the possession of either licensed law enforcement or licensed security personnel that are in your security detail or anybody that you're performing with. You are to submit to random drug screens and not use any drugs unless they are prescribed for you by a licensed physician. You are to execute a Fourth Amendment waiver that will permit the search of your person, residence, vehicles, and electronics for any firearms, any criminal street gang paraphernalia, or any illicit drugs. And as I mentioned with regard to one of the first of your co-defendants from this trial, at least since I've been involved, to plead guilty, our Uniform Superior Court rules instruct and provide that it is absolutely proper for a judge to grant leniency in sentencing when, quote, the interests of the public in the effective administration of criminal justice are served, unquote. And I think that this plea is in the interest of the public and in the interest of effective administration of justice. Have been trying to ensure that to the extent I can, this trial also abides by that. It's been challenging at certain times. I find your plea to be freely, knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily entered with an understanding of the consequences, and I accept it as such. I also need to inform you that your attorneys were going to represent you through either the last day of this term of court or 30 days from now, whichever is later, and any of the filings that were mentioned that need to be filed within that time, they would file on your behalf unless they are permitted to withdraw from representing you before that time. I am not going to impose the conditions suggested by your counsel about the benefit concerts and the donations to the sheriff's office, but I certainly strongly encourage you to do those things and to do and continue to do things that benefit your community and especially help young people to stay out of criminal trouble.
I bet you on everything I love, you can't get nailed, nigga, to try me.